Evening, freaks. I'm here to give you a read straight from the hip with lots of lip, and I'm bringing a new reading series your way. This is going to be done for each of the 12 signs of the zodiac, but we're kicking off with Capricorn since it is still Capricorn season. It is Capricorn solar return, and the way we do it here at Broad Coven is whatever sign is having their solar return, they are first. They are first to receive any new reads coming out during that time period. And so they take center stage right now. So happy birthday to all the Capricorns out there. I wish you a very blessed solar return. You take the stage at this time, and we're going to dive into a read for all Capricorns, though, okay? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars. Don't worry, other signs, you will also get your turn, okay? I'm going to take care of all of you, but we're going to go in the order from Capricorn on. Also, if you have a loaded 10th house, you may find resonance with this read. We're going to do a love reading. We're going to see what 2023 has in store in the area of love for Capricorn. And I'm going to divide it up into 3 separate sections, okay? So we're going to have a section for singles and ready to mingle. We're going to have a section for those who are cuffed up, those who are already in relationships or marriages. And then we're going to have a third category for all of the telenovela types, those who are in situationships, those who are going through a period where it's just complicated, okay? So this way, everybody feels like they can get the guidance they need in the area of matters of the heart. And this will be just a general view, an overview of what's in store in the area of love and romance throughout 2023. Do be aware that this is a collective reading, okay? It's not a personal. If you are interested in a personal, you can reach out to me at broadcoven@gmail.com. You'll find all the information about me in the description box below, okay? How to contact me. The only way to get a read with me is through my email at broadcoven@gmail.com. I do not do it on any social media platform, nothing like that, okay? All the social media links that are there are the only ones that are there. I don't have any other accounts, all right? And some of those accounts for social media, I might be streamlining pretty soon here too. So just to let you know, all right, Don? Don't get taken in by anybody. I'll never contact you asking you if you want to read. Solid readers don't need to contact people for readings. They usually build up a name through reputation alone, and so it's not usually a problem for us. Bottom of the deck energy, I see you're coming out of indecision, Capricorn, whether you are single, whether you're in a relationship and have been considering taking something to the next level, or maybe choosing to walk away, or whether you are in a situationship, not sure what the hell is going on. You're with somebody, maybe you're not with somebody, okay? There's some kind of decision that's being made here, coming out of a time of also being guarded, starting to open up more. This is kind of an overarching theme holding down the read. As I was saying, listen to your intuition as you receive these readings, okay? Just pay attention to what comes up for you. Listen to the overarching themes since it's not a personal. There's a lot of different stories that are going to come in. See how it feels to you. This does seem to be sort of the overarching theme. I think you did take some time, Capricorn, to spend some time on your own to lean into what you were feeling in your situation. Even if you've been in a relationship, you've created a little space, you know, a little time to do your own things. This has helped you come to some certain decisions in your mind, okay? And I think that that's really going to be coming forward in 2023. You're finally going to take action on those decisions because the stalemate energy is definitely clearing out. There's some decisive action that's going to be taken no matter what your situation in matters of love. I am going to go ahead and mark this at 450 for doing the shuffling, okay? As I shuffle, there can be channeled messages that come in. I just want to shuffle for each individual section. Do be aware that sometimes channeled messages come out. So if you choose to skip ahead, I will provide timestamps after this airs live. Feel free to do that, but do know you might miss some bits and pieces that come in. It can be worth it to stick around The shuffling's not going to take very long for this one, okay? Unless I get a download in the middle of it, sometimes that happens. So, you know, anything can happen. That's why it's a wild card read, all right? I don't have any guidelines when I set out on this course to do a reading. I just get the inspiration, I go with it. So let's do it. Let's dive right in and just see what's coming in for you all, okay, Capricorn? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or loaded 10th house, stellium, 3 or more planets in that 10th house, or significant placement in that 10th house. As mentioned before, I like to get specific, as you can see. What's coming in 2023 in the area of love and romance for singles, those who are totally available, ready to mingle, ready to get it on, ready to have that moon hit their eye like a big piece of pie. That's amore. What's coming in for singles? Okay. Ah, that's very interesting. Okay, we're going to see if anything else comes out on the pass. We might pull out clarifiers. Okay, we are getting some more coming out here. Wonderful. These are coming in face down. So a little mystery, You might be doing a U-turn, okay? I'm just going to give you that little bit of information coming in there. You might be doing a U-turn. Those of you who are single, all right? Let's see. Yeah, I think some things are coming to light that were hidden before, that you couldn't see before with this moon energy on the bottom of the deck, singles. I think you kind of realized you were operating under some sense of illusion. Maybe there was somebody putting ideas in your head, maybe somebody talking in your ear, maybe you were getting some kind of advice from somebody. They kind of led you, you know, on a wild goose chase a bit. There's some aspect of this. There's something that's coming back around the bend for review because something's been illuminated that you couldn't see before, and it changes the game plan. That's what I get. 7:33 on the clock when I said that, okay? Shuffling for cuffed up. Those who are in serious relationships, those who are in marriages, those who are already in commitments. You guys have a lot going on, apparently. A lot going on. You didn't waste any time, all right? So definitely something brewing there. And then let's see what is coming in for the people in situationships where it's complicated. They don't know up from down. They don't know what's going on. They don't know if this is a friends with benefits or what's happening here. They don't know if they ended up in a polyamory dynamic or, you know, they don't know what's going on. We got one card there. Isn't that interesting? So, you know, it's complicated. It comes down to one central point, all right? We'll probably get clarifiers on that one. I don't know. Could be that card really takes me to some wild places. We'll see. This is a pre-recorded, okay, just to let you all know, but I will be live in the comments so we can still have communication. But when I do a live on this channel, I will always announce it as a special live event. And I am having one come up real soon here for you all, okay? It's just nice sometimes to be able to watch the reads back and receive them with you, because I pick up on things that I don't on giving the read. And so it's beneficial for me as well, okay? And it allows me to speak to you guys about it in live time. I really enjoy that, and being part of the live chat, being part of the community with you. It feels good to me. Okay, so we are going to mark this at 9:26 for starting the single read. And let me go ahead and get up the banner for the singles. I even made banners for each section. I'm trying to get more organized here, okay? I'm trying to bring things other level in 2023. All right, single and ready to mingle. Let's see what you got. So first of all, you have the 8 of Cups in reverse, to the Strength card, to the 9 of Swords. I mean, this is a very clear picture of what's been going on here. First of all, there's some decision that you made to walk away from something that you are revisiting, all right? I feel like just with that basis of the matter that came out with the moon, what was kind of at the backdrop of your pile when I did the shuffling, this very much relates to you didn't have all the information to make an informed decision. And it's 10:33 on the clock when I went to say that. So this is all about, I think that you had an idea that heading off in a certain direction was going to open up this brand new cycle in your life. And I just got it actually stalled everything out. It stalled everything out. And that this may feel like really unfortunate to you. It may feel like it caused disruption in your situation, that it was a waste of time, that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. There's a bit of that proverbial wooden nickel, like you think you're going to get something good and it just ends up being a phony. All right. I don't know. Maybe you were dealing with somebody that you felt wasn't being real with you. Maybe you walked away from someone to go and pursue this person. Maybe you were more recently single. Okay, this is a possibility. It could also be that you had been single for quite a while, and so this person came around and they seem like such a sparkly, shimmery thing just because you've been on your own for a while. Maybe you were, really craving a bit of that attention and you got drawn into the web. They enticed you. I feel like you thought you were going in the direction of your heart, but in the process of going in the direction of your heart, you actually discovered that you left a piece of your heart behind. There's something about this, like a need to revisit a choice, a need to revisit a situation, a need to kind of do a U-turn, go back around. Maybe it could be to do things the right way. Maybe you feel like you walked away from something and it was incomplete. Like there were certain things that you needed to say that you didn't say, or maybe you felt like things weren't handled in the most respectful manner, or that you could have done better. There's something like this. And I feel like, with the 8 of Cups, there's a lot of this water under the bridge energy. I feel like there's been so much water under the bridge too for you. And so there's a part of you that is really struggled, even after making a decision to move forward. Like it was supposed to be a decision to move forward in a new direction. But as you headed in this new direction, you were like realizing that you weren't ready to move forward in that direction. And it's because there's something that still needs to be tended to in the past. And this is very common, especially opening up this year. Okay. We have this, Mercury retrograde going on. We also have Mars retrograde going on. Okay. So it's not a time for the definitive actions. It is a time for review. And so you might be looking at some of these past decisions you made, and in general, just the past choices you've made in the area of love. 13:33 on the clock when I said that, Yeah, I feel like a lot of you, especially for the women out there, I feel like a lot of you are in this place where you're looking to come more into that Empress energy. You're wanting to feel a sense of empowerment in your life, and you're wanting your efforts, what you invest in, to really bear fruit in your relationships. And I feel like the men, out there are really looking just for something more nurturing. Maybe you were enticed in the past by the superficial. You just went for what you viewed as hot, or maybe you wanted to have like a lot of sexual exploration. And it kind of feels empty now. It's not what you're looking for at this stage. You're looking for something a bit more. I feel like there's review around this. I do feel like there's somebody that you want to approach. Okay. There's somebody that you're wanting to approach, and you're wanting to talk about what went down in the past with the Strength card here. There's that Empress energy that tames the lion, the belly of the beast. You might be a little nervous about heading into the belly of the beast in this situation. I feel like this is like kind of a reunion kind of energy. Now, when I'm speaking of reunion, this doesn't necessarily mean like reconciliation and, the cherubs start singing and the harps are plucking and everything's magical. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about coming back together with a person to have some kind of healing experience. All right. And that could very well lead to a romantic reconciliation. This is a possibility, but it also could just be closing a cycle and doing it the right way because things weren't handled in a mature way in the past. And there's really a need to get real because this connection meant something, right? We do see that in this connection, pride got in the way. I'm picking that up with the lion energy. Not having enough courage was also a problem. There could have also been a person in this situation who had a bit of a temper issue. Okay. They were easy to pop off, argumentative. Sometimes their words would really bite, they'd hurt. We see that the Empress in this situation maybe had, been bit a few times in this situation, had been wounded, but we also see that there's a certain level of growth that has occurred. There is a certain level of evolution of energy working through those lessons of the four elementals, the swords, the wands, the cups, the pentacles. And now there's this readiness to work through what came up in the past in a way that allows compassion to come in and understanding. I pick up big Aesop's fables energy with this, the removing the thorn from the lion's paw and understanding that sometimes people can come off very defensive when they actually feel extremely vulnerable. So I think there is sensitivity required in this situation. We see this very strongly. It also could have related to a Leo, or there could be something in relation to a Leo. I just say this because this is a Leo card. And in this particular deck, the Nine of Swords has a lion that's kind of like haunting this individual. So there might be something around a Leo from the past that's kind of haunting you. It could be, there's fear, there's anxiety around this. So maybe something happened with a Leo in the past that with that moon card that was sort of the basis of the matter, maybe something that's been hidden from you in relation to a Leo from the past, or something that went down with a Leo from the past that you're wanting to keep hidden, or something that just didn't feel right. There's this feeling of anxiety and almost like this energy is kind of like hanging over you. Okay, that's the vibe it gives. You might really have this on your mind at night with the Nine of Swords. This might be something that you're really feeling challenged by, something you're really struggling with, particularly at night. Might be interrupting your sleep. I don't know, I'm getting with the swords, I'm getting messages. Maybe this person is like messaging you. You try to walk away from this and you feel like it's pulling you back because something hasn't been resolved. The boundary line wasn't drawn definitively enough, something along these lines. There's some kind of anxiety here. So let me pull, let's see. Let's take this tarot. I want to use a different tarot for this. Let's get some clarification on this situation for the singles, please. Clarification for the singles. Okay. Clarification for the singles in relation to this situation. This does have to do with the fire sign energy. We got Knight of Wands rushing in with passion and purpose. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. And behind that, we have, and it was in reverse, but I'm turning it up to show both of them to you, so you can get a clear view. We had the Magician, okay, with the Four of Pentacles. All right, these were in reverse. This was upright. This gives a very clear picture, in particular for those who have strong Aries placements in their chart or are dealing with an Aries. The Magician also represents Aries and initiative. Again, Mars is retrograde right now. It's not a good time for taking action. When this energy is in reverse, however, it's about not taking the initiative. It's also about manipulation, okay? It's a very manipulative energy. It can be an energy that sort of spins a fantasy to achieve an ends to a means to an end. They can create sort of a glamour, a confusion in the situation. I definitely think there's strong fire sign energy here, and it's rushing in. It could very well be that Leo energy rushing in, maybe not taking no for an answer. We can see with this magician in reverse that there was a decision not to take the initiative. This thing seemed to throw your security out of balance with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you felt like this person was draining you of money, or all they wanted was your money. This piece coming in here. And for a few of you, I have to bring it in with that magician in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This was somebody who was doing some kind of manipulative magic to disrupt your security. In relation to a love reading, it could be if you were in some kind of secure connection, they were doing some kind of manipulative magic to try to create division between you and your person. They were trying to come in between you and your person. Okay, this can also be the case, even if you take out that little occult spin that I sometimes bring in here at Broad Coven when it pops up in a read. This could be a case of really using the wand energy, maybe sexual enticement, flirtatiousness to sort of draw you in and try to drive a wedge between you and a person. Okay. There's this kind of energy here. There's something that was decided to not be acted upon, though, because you felt like it was a threat either to your finances or your security or a certain base that you had built for yourself, and you had separated yourself from this energy. I'm picking up that a lot of you are dealing with a person that will not they won't take no for an answer. This is kind of what's coming up pretty strongly. In the case, I'm going to touch on it for those who are dealing with, people they know do workings and operate on that level. A love spell gone wrong can produce this kind of an effect where, and it was 22:33 on the clock where I said that, where somebody becomes obsessed and they become they become very clingy and trying to force an issue. Okay, so 22:44 on the clock when I said that. It's somebody's story. Somebody's got that action going on. I recommend if you're dealing with that situation, get yourself cleansed, get your energy cleansed. Part of the fear you're feeling at night is you might be somebody who's just a naturally sensitive person. You kind of suck up other people's energy, emotions like a sponge. If that's the case, you might actually be feeling more off because this person's trying to energetically plug into you. And really, it's not your energy at all that you're feeling that anxiety, all of that that's keeping you up at night. It's that person's energy trying to pour it into you. 23:23 on the clock. I can't make it up. Something needs to change with this. So I do recommend that you all do some cleansing of the energy of old partners, get it out of your auric field. Okay. STDs, sexually transmitted demons, are a real thing. People's energy can get corded into you, and it's a good thing to cut those cords, clear that energy out. You do your smoke cleansing, maybe take some cleansing baths. That can be very helpful with 2 cups of sea salt, 2 cups of baking soda. You could use Epsom salt in place of sea salt too. And then add some purification herbs in there. You could do bay leaf is excellent. It's my go-to. I love working with bay leaf. In fact, let's just keep it simple. Let's just do what works. Bay leaf is great because it clears out the negative energy, but it also invites blessing energy in. And I feel like this would be beneficial for any of you, that are coming out the other side of something that was dramatic, a bit gnarly, this would benefit you regardless. It will sort of clear that. I feel like there's a lot of this energetic holding regardless if somebody did a working or not. There was a certain kind of charged energy around your situation. It's lodged in your auric body, and that's going to kind of create a blueprint for you stepping into 2023, where you sort of broadcasting this signal, and that draws more light your way. So I feel like there's this need to clear the energy. I'm really getting make an infusion with bay leaf and steep it like tea, okay, for about 13 minutes. Do it for 13 minutes. This would be great to do on full moon, which is coming up here on Friday, okay? And it's going to be in Cancer, which is all about nurturing and bringing in that mama energy. And that mama energy aligns you with receiving. So it really could open you up to receive some good stuff, okay? So I encourage you to do that. It would be really nice to like steep that bay leaf for about 13 minutes and then add it to that bath with the Epsom salt and the baking soda and just pour it in like a tea and then put in some lemon slices. Put in some lemon slices, you know, and get in there and work with whatever you feel called to work with. I like Psalms 37 for clearing out energy. It's really effective. It's spicy. So make sure that, you know, you feel in integrity with how you moved through the situation. It's really just about clearing out negativity and returning it where it belongs, you know, anything that was put on you. That being said, understand it'll hold you accountable too. So if you didn't move correct, it's going to come on you too, but it is a purification. Sometimes strong medicine is required. It's up to you to decide if you want to go on that ride, okay? But otherwise, you can work with any intention, prayer, anything you feel you need to like cleanse. I recommend dunking your head. Dunk your head 13 times as you work with whatever intention, prayer, psalms that you feel drawn to. And then let all that water run down the drain. You'll be cleansed brand new, like road opener for you, okay? Really good energy. Yeah, I love that this came out as an affirmation on the bottom of the deck for you. Strength. This will help you overcome the past. There's a cleansing required. And this shows success. You do have the ability to overcome this. You're moving out of a dark time in your life, and there is hope on the horizon, okay? You'll see this really come in Aquarius season, all right? You're going to see a lot of reason to feel hopeful about your future with that star energy. Look at the cleansing energy coming in with the star, right? I'm really getting this for you. Please do some cleansing. And hey, if you don't have a bathtub, you can pour that over your head, all right? It's very very effective to anoint the crown like that, all right? Anoint the crown like that. And if you do that, if you do it in the shower, anoint your crown, and then when you're done, like rub oil on your feet, you know, to really ground the energy. Beautiful way to do it. Beautiful ritual for the full moon, okay? So we do see hopes coming in, something to be hopeful that's on the other side of a tower, okay? Some lie needs to be exposed, some untruth needs to be revealed, something's going to come down, something's going to be illuminated, and it sparks the new direction. You finally start moving forward, okay, with the Chariot here. So this is very significant. Forward motion coming in. What kind of forward motion is going to come in for the singles Capricorns in 2023? Kind of the deck energy. We got the King of Pentacles, okay? Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is also moving into that Taurus North node, which is all about what you value at the end of the day. So I feel like you're going to really come to a place where you know what you value. You also know your worth and what you bring to the table. You know what you have to offer, and you're going to stand on that. And you're ready for somebody who can really fulfill you in that way, meet you in that way. And I do see you moving away from a painful time in your life to new directions, all right? To new directions on the horizon. You might even do some traveling. You might do specifically some traveling over water. There's something about this, or you might do some trips by the water, wanting to connect with that water element. I feel like I also want to get like, let's do one of these. These are kind of fun. We'll do a Halloween card, okay? Because Halloween symbolizes Witch's New Year, Samhain. And we already had that. So we'll kind of bring a little of that spirit in of the turning of the wheel and just see what will come in, what will be harvested, you know, this year. 29:55 on the clock when I said that. Want to get you one overarching theme to sort of hold the energy. And these love reads are going to become a regular thing here each month, but I kind of just wanted to capture the energy, the overall energy. for the year in matters of the heart. All right, bottom of the deck energy here. We have invisibility, authenticity. Okay, remember, a truth needed to be exposed. So I think you're going to tell a big truth this year. I just got for some, okay, this is not for everybody, but I speak to everybody on this channel. Challenge, that was interesting. Maybe it's challenging for somebody out there, okay? So I'm speaking to it, all right? Don't take it on if it's not yours, all right? But somebody is coming out, you know, somebody's coming out of the closet this year. They've been kind of like revealing a core part of who they are, and they're finally having the courage to step into the truth of that. We got invisibility, authenticity, okay? This is really beautiful. And behind that, it sparks an incredible change in their life with the mummy energy here, all right? This has something to do with something that was done in the past or something that's been concealed for a long time coming through, though, as a general to all Capricorns, okay? There's some truth you're going to speak. You're going to decide to be in your truth, live in your truth, and bring that to the table in your relationship. But first, it comes with you exposing something, okay? So let's just get one card. What is the overarching theme for single Capricorns in 2023? What is the overarching theme for single Capricorns in 2023? What is the overarching theme for single Capricorns in 2023? What is the overarching theme for single Capricorns in 2023? The overarching theme for single Capricorns in 2023. Okay. Yeah, I really do think there's something you're trying to clear out with somebody that you blocked off, and this person is pushing your boundaries, and I feel like they are trying to exercise some kind of control here. This has something to do with the past. And I'm almost getting that it's very important for you to speak the truth about this, okay? That actually sets you free, right? Maybe this person is, maybe you did something in the past and you told this person about it, or maybe your connection with this person was somehow clandestine, concealed, or there's something that happened in the relationship that you don't want out there. And maybe this person has used that as sort of like something they dangle over your head, a way to control you. Or this could have just been a very controlling person. And when you walked away, they just could not take no for an answer. It feels like somebody who's very like intense. I feel like they're messaging you nonstop. They're trying to insert themselves into your space. They will not accept no. I think this is really going to be something that is going to be at the forefront. And also the way that you control the love experience. Okay, and it was 33:22 on the clock when I said that. I think you're going to become more open. You're going to let go of the things that have negatively held you back from really experiencing love. 33:33 on the clock. Okay. And you're going to come into alignment. There's going to be help around this too. I feel like you got help, you got support coming in. I feel like there is healing energy on offer. I think you will overcome this. I know you'll overcome that. With the strength card there, it assures your success. You're going to get to the other side of this, but there's definitely something you're doing that has a lot to do with making peace and finding healing in your situation. Okay. And this clears the way for you so you can move forward. This is kind of like the overarching theme and what is really front and center for you all. Okay. Pretty intense there for singles. All right. Let's go to cuffed. Let's see how it's going for those who are already in relationships. All right. We're going to set these cards aside. And let's go ahead and check out what's going on for those who are already in serious relationships. 34:42 on the clock. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is very interesting. So again, it's a similar theme. And I love this, that it's picking this up, like reviewing a decision. Look at this. You have the Judgment in reverse. You have the Lovers in reverse. you have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And which is so interesting because for the singles, it was the King of Pentacles, right? It's just a very interesting tie-in. I love how even though it's different people, there's still that same theme carried over in the Capricorn dynamic. So, hey, even if you aren't single, you might benefit from listening into the single read. Just saying, you might find threads of connection there too. All right. And then we got the Temperance here. This is just really beautiful energy, and it's very clear to me what's going on here. So for those of you who are cuffed, those of you who are in committed relationships, whether you're married or you're living together or you've decided, it's just me and you, okay? Or for those of you, I'm bringing it in, because it's a commitment of its own, okay? For those of you who are in polydynamics, I think there was a time where you made a judgment, a decision about this situation. You decided that you were rejecting this, that you were going to move away from this, you weren't interested in pursuing this. It also could have just been there was some really challenging times in the relationship. I'm getting this interesting message here too, in terms of judgment, that perhaps you were dealing with something on a legal level and there was a judgment that wasn't going in your favor. This put a real strain on your relationship. This could have been in relation to a divorce, you know. Some of you have been going through a divorce and you haven't been able to come to a place of agreement. You haven't been able to come to a place of agreement, and there's been a lot of arguments about this. It's really been held up. It's sucked up a lot of your time. It's been very difficult. You've been waiting for news. Perhaps an offer was put on the table, some kind of financial settlement. And for some reason, things are just tied up. One of the people is tying things up, they're making things more difficult than it needs to be. For those of you that are in that situation, okay, I'm not picking that up for like a ton of people, but I am picking it up for somebody. For those of you in that situation, I see that, an offer will be made. It's solid and this will come to fruition. It is a long process to balance this thing out, but you will come to equitable terms, okay? And in a way that really feels fair to everyone involved, okay? You get to preserve what you built for yourself. And it also feels like there's a cooperation being brought to the table in this matter. I see this especially for those who co-parent. I think you're working out a very equitable agreement with the person on the other side of the table, even though you're not together anymore. You're coming to agreements around financial terms, and where there may have been challenges or arguments in the past, I feel like you're moving into this more cooperative energy that will turn this around, but it's going to take some time to iron this situation out. For others of you, you were in a committed relationship and you went through a really rough patch. You might have even considered divorce. For those of you that were married, okay? For those of you who were just, living together or just in a committed relationship, you might have been thinking about abandoning ship here. You may have even taken some time for separation from each other. This definitely shows that there was some things put in a place of review. You might be feeling like this was not the wisest judgment. Maybe you feel like it's made things more complicated in your situation. You might have really doubted if you made the right decision marrying this person or shacking up with this person in cases where you did take it to that other level. Some of you, because the Lovers always involves a choice, maybe before you entered this committed relationship, you had a choice between one of two people. You might have doubted your decision in that regard, okay? But there's a question about a decision that was made in this, situation, in this committed relationship. I see that where there's been a challenge, you're going to find the balance, all right? Somebody's going to be making a solid offer here. This looks like you, Capricorn, or it's someone making a solid offer to you, all right, with the Knight of Pentacles here. the thing that must be understood about the Knight of Pentacles is it is a very slow moving energy. All right. So this energy is going to build throughout the year. All right. It's really going to take time for this matter to get rectified. Some of you are doing a lot of deep healing work in your relationship. You're deciding after a time of celebration, maybe you just wanted a break from being in a committed situation because you wanted to get out there and celebrate. You wanted to get out there and sow your oats. You wanted to go and play the field. Maybe you don't want to be out on these streets anymore. Maybe you're ready to renew to your commitment. I mean, maybe you opened up your relationship for a while too. I see this could be a possibility. There's kind of this element coming in. There's a feeling like the right decision wasn't reached. Like there's something here that didn't turn out quite the way that you hoped it would, and there's a recommitment. All right. No matter your situation, where there was a challenge, there's now a new level of commitment coming in and a willingness to really take the time to build that solid connection. I see things balancing out. All right. Some of you are going to renew your vows, all right? Those of you that are married, some of you are going to be getting married. You are going to up level. Maybe you didn't think you were going to do that before. You decide to make a deeper commitment. Some of you are going to be deciding to stick it out. Like let's continue to live together. Let's build this thing. There is some kind of coming back, on the same page with each other. We have Two of Cups here. And the energy is flowing back and forth between these two cups. This is like Two of Cups is like soulmate connection. I do see you having something to toast. Probably by the time you hit Sagittarius season, all right? So in late November, December next year, you'll really see this come to fruition, this healing that's happened in this connection, and something really beautiful develops from that. But it's going to take some time. There's a lot of healing work to be done in this situation. I'm going to see if I don't really need any clarification on that. It's pretty clear there, but let's get an overarching theme for you that are in committed relationships for 2023 in the area of their union, their commitment. What is an overarching theme in 2023 for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, loaded head, 10th house, in the area of their relationship, their union? What's going on for them? Overarching theme in 2023. Overarching theme in 2023. Overarching theme. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. They all came out in reverse. So I feel like this is what you're reviewing, and you have 4 cards here. So I'm just going to speak to them quickly because I have to get to the it's complicated section. Like they're going to have, I think there's been some complication, and again, it's sort of like interesting because even if looking at these separate aspects, right, there's like so many tie-in points. So I think you all would benefit from listening to all of it myself. But we have the Skull of Darkness, blind spot. It was in reverse though. So I feel like you're coming out of the dark, like you're taking off the blindfold. You're looking at your situation as it is in 2023. We got midnight in reverse, the most magical hour of all. Okay, again, there's this feeling of I missed the boat. I missed the boat, man. My carriage turned back into a pumpkin. Where did the magic go? Okay. And I see you reviewing this. There are no lost opportunities. You make your opportunities, right? And we have here the veil, the future. Okay, there's that blindfold again. It was in reverse, right? I feel like you're taking off this veil. It's all there for you to see. If you want to heal a situation, you can. There are no lost opportunities, but it's really about how you show up. And we had forgiveness in reverse, all right? And I think this is what you're really working through. It says reducing burden, okay? So I feel like what's coming through really strong for you, those of you in committed relationships where you've been working through challenges, you got to work through the grudge energy. You got to release the resentment. All right. No matter what happened, if you're still feeling like investing, and you need to speak to this person about this, it's important to bring that forward. Okay. You can't hold on to the grudge energy. You're only hurting yourself, you know? Create this air of, you know, coming to the table that encourages both people to feel safe enough to be totally transparent and know that they're not going to get like flogged for it, man. Like create a safe space, safe environment. I also encourage you to work with flower essence. All right, that's coming in white rose flower essence would be very beneficial. It's 46 on the clock when I said that. You can even, you know, put white rose essence. Look for flower essences specifically. They'll be very beneficial to help you open up to this place of healing. But you can just put drops in your water. Bring this rose energy around you. Maybe even, you know, have some white roses. Buy yourself some white roses. Have them in your environment. And open up to their energy. Roses, a beautiful high vibration of love, 46, 33 on the clock. It's coming in as an ally for you to support you in opening up to a new beginning in love, a new chapter in your relationship. But there's this need to soften, release the grudge, 46, 46. You do that, you'll both come into alignment. You'll be able to work this out, okay? All right. Finally, it's complicated. I don't know. It's funny because your category was it's complicated, and it was 47 on the clock as I open you up. All right. So right there, you know, that's very much this like alignment energy. You're in this 11 energy. Maybe it's not so complicated. Maybe you thought it was complicated, and things are becoming simple for you in 2023. Those of you Capricorns in complicated situations, situationships, ambiguous relationships. Here you are, you know, the Hanged Man. Okay, so you're definitely getting a different view of a situation in 2023. Isn't that funny? And then it was 47 on the clock when I said that. 11. You're coming into alignment this year. What seemed like it was reversal is actually for your benefit. It's going to have you dancing when you finally see it, how simple it all is. It's not as complicated as you thought it was. There's a rebirth coming for you in your situation. Look at that bat energy. Bats are lucky, and they're also about rebirth, okay? Something new comes out of this situation that you're in, and it involves you really, I'm getting being creative, more creative minded, being more open, looking at things a new way. It really brings something to celebrate. And I feel like you're not intent on rushing. You know, this figure doesn't look unhappy to be hanging out here. I'm just kind of hanging out, chilling. It's okay if it's complicated. It's okay if there's no definition for it now. Why don't we just kind of explore in this space, see what happens without having to have any kind of definition for it? Maybe this is exactly what I wanted all along. We do have this rabbit energy here, okay? And I see this rabbit energy is just, it's kind of like moving on, which is very positive because rabbits can be associated with fear, okay? That's what they are in native mythos. You know, rabbit is like trickster energy, calls their fears to them, you know. I think you're letting that pass you by. You're like, I don't need to feel any anxiety over my situation. What if I just allow it to be complicated? And I don't resist that. And instead, I view this as a creative space where all things are possible. That's really kind of a cool message. I'm digging that take. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I feel like you're kind of calm being in this place. You don't feel the need to rush it to make it anything with this Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck energy. Look at the butterflies in the background. You're in this great stage of transformation and love. And look at what happens. Give it about 2 weeks, you know, 2 weeks 2 weeks. I didn't mean to say that. All right. I meant to say 2 months. I think you'll maybe start seeing this energy coming in and building within the next 2 weeks. I think by the time you're heading into Pisces season, the beginning of March, I think you're really going to see things moving in your situation where things felt stuck. They're going to come unstuck. And it was 50:33 on the clock. So, yes, big change coming at Pisces season for you in this situation where things felt blocked up or where it seemed like people were guarded, holding back, where you didn't know what was happening. Maybe you also felt defensive. All right, there's going to be a moving, again, 50:55 on the clock, a moving of this energy. The obstacles are going to be moved out of the way. And there comes that transformation that you waited for with the butterflies and this 8 of Wands energy. This is very fast moving energy. 8 of Wands is also associated with Sagittarius. Okay. And it's interesting because Sagittarius came in some of the other piles. So I want to speak to it because it's kind of like an overarching zodiac theme coming in here. But I do see like love is going to get moving in a very pleasant direction. Travel may be associated with this. You might go on some kind of love trip to renew the connection, breathe fresh life into the connection. All right. Maybe it's not so complicated. There's some kind of pearl of wisdom, all right, that comes forward. A lot of you had a complicated relationship due to a third party interference with the 5 of Cups here, right? I think you learned a lot from this situation. Third party can be a lot of things. It's not necessarily another lover. And it was 52 on the clock when I said that. So I feel this is coming through very strongly. Some of you were dealing with an addiction or dealing with someone who was addicted. Some of you were dealing with an unhealthy relationship dynamic, a codependency. Some of you were dealing with the interference of somebody who wanted your person or they wanted you, and it was creating problems with the person you were already with. This could be a nosy family member. This could be a friend interfering in your situation, or bad advice pawned off as a pearl of wisdom that actually led you in a really rotten direction and led you to a place of regret and disappointment. But we see there again, there's the 2 of Cups coming in with the bat energy. Looks like there's going to be a rebirth in this situation. Could potentially be with an air sign energy. And I say that because we got the Knight of Swords here. And this implies swift movement, just like that 8 of Wands. Okay. And with the fire sign energy there, it could be somebody with air fire in their chart. All right. But there's swift movement. There may even be some kind of declaration of love. There's the rebirth energy there again with the bat. Bat is a totem coming in for you in 2023. So really, look up the meaning of bat medicine. You'll get so much good information on it that will support you in working through the last stages of the Scorpio South node and moving into that Taurus North node. I think you learned a lot about valuing yourself through this connection, even though it was complicated, even though it had a lot of painful times. All right. I see swift forward progression, movement happening, and it leads to that alignment, very happy outcome. Those of you in complicated situations, you actually have the best outcome of the bunch with the 4 of Wands. This is it, man. This is alignment. 11-11, aligning with your person. It's a time for celebration, a time for being happy. Some of you may be surprised. Some of you may end up making a really serious commitment to this person where you thought it was just like not going to work out or was forever going to just like stay at this ambiguous level. Somebody really decides, no, I'm in it with you. I want to invest in it with you. And that's really beautiful. Oh, I love that. Yours wasn't complicated at all. Wasn't complicated at all. I don't want that one. Let's get this one for this pile. Okay. I think I have enough time. I'm only on the hour plan right now. We'll upgrade in 2023. It'll happen. But right now I kind of have to keep it condensed. And that actually might be a good thing because I tend to go a little bit overboard. I can go overboard. I can go and go and go, right? I think one of the last times I did a live, it was like 4 hours long or something. Okay, it was 55-10 when I said that, okay? So maybe there was a little bit of going overboard, pushing it a little too far in your situation. Let's see what's coming in as the overarching theme for the It's Complicated Capricorns in love and romance for 2023. It's the insight. Oh, 55-33. There's so much alignment happening for you. It's wild. Those in complicated situations, you're just in such a time of alignment. Stop viewing it as complicated. It's not complicated, it's creative. I got such sentience there. It's like thinking of relationship in a way you never did before, thinking of love in a way you never did before, like opening your mind, broadening your perspective. It's really cool energy, actually. Okay, what's coming in for the It's Complicated Capricorn in love and romance in two? You throw out half the deck, man. All is a crossing influence. Let's see. Okay, let's read it out. I think we got time. Let's do it. We're going to challenge ourselves. We're in it to win it. Okay. We have the graveyard as a crossing influence. Unnecessary fear. Okay. So we know that whatever anxiety you're having about how things are going to turn out in this situation, like you're just playing tricks on yourself. It's that trickster energy, the rabbit energy, you know? Don't call your fears to yourself, all right? Don't make up stories in your head. Like, don't jump too ahead of things. Just stay in the moment. Be in the moment with it. See what happens. We have scrying, intuition, okay? So listen to what your intuition is telling you. Stop asking for support from friends or well-meaning people. Stop letting these people talk in your ear about what's best for you or what they think would be a wise decision. You need to tune in when it comes to you, you know, and your life and your relationship, and not complicate things by bringing other people in. I don't feel like the situation between you and your person is complicated. It's complicated because of a third party element. That's where the complication comes from. Get rid of this third party element. You two are going to get on the same page. Okay. But you have to listen to your intuition. If something don't feel right to you, it doesn't feel right. And we have this coming in with hidden talents and regret, with acceptance and equality. So I'm kind of picking up on this with the hidden talents, that maybe somebody was underestimated by their person, you know, something was really important to this person. It could be something they do creatively or something that just really inspires them, something where I feel like where they use their voice, you know, with that songbird coming in. Maybe they're a singer. I don't know. This is possible. I do feel like this is somebody that, um, you know, who they were, like what they really had to offer, what they really could bring to the table. It was sort of kept undercover, wasn't seen, wasn't acknowledged by the other person. 58-33 on the clock. They didn't understand what a true gem this person was. That's what I get. And there's regret around this, that this wasn't recognized. Like, I didn't see you for who you were and what you truly have to offer and how special you are to me. Pick which side you're on, okay? But something gets revealed here. And I feel like this had a lot to do with an imbalance of power in the relationship. Like one person thought they were, you know, the gift to the gift to the connection, and the other person was sort of like, you're lucky that, you know, you're lucky that I even give you any time, any attention. There's this real kind of imbalance in the relationship. But we see with Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality, this energy is moving out, and there is a new coming to meet eye to eye, you know. The balance of power is being restored. Y'all are coming into alignment, and there's a lot of growth and healing happening here. Something to celebrate and really be happy about, okay? This is really good energy. And I think also some of you, maybe you need to work with your hidden talents and creatively, you know, bring forward the gifts that you learned from being in this connection and